What's going on? I want to tell you a story about my personal best that I caught when I was about 19 years old. A 10-pound largemouth bass out of Lake Dunn in Wynne, Arkansas. Me and my friend Jonah, a long time ago, we wanted to take a trip that was a little different, somewhere we'd never been before. So we came up with a place near Forest City. It's two lakes, Lake Dunn, Lake Austell. And at the time we didn't have a boat, so we were just walking the banks of this place. Now this isn't a particularly big lake, okay, but it's still a lot of walking distance. And we went through a lot of these creeks and things, and we were carrying our tackle and had one rod apiece and everything. It was, if I remember, it was mid-spring they were spawning, and we got up there about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get a bite. I caught one bass that was like this, all right? That was it. And otherwise, we didn't get a bite. We didn't see anything. Well, Jonah, my friend, got a rattle trap stuck in a tree. And he went out there to get it. It was fairly warm, so I guess he didn't care either way. He went out into the water and he got the rattle trap. And as he's coming around the corner, he's mad. He's like, this stupid thing, and And I'm like, hey, shh, don't move. Because what I saw, I walked into a back of a small pocket and I saw the biggest bass I've ever seen, at least in the wild, okay? Because I wasn't at Bass Pro Shop this time. And I said, you gotta see this. Well, he's thinking, oh man, there's a snake about to bite him. No. I look down and there are bass that are 10 pounds plus. And a lot of them are 4, 5, and 6 pounds. I mean, just a massive big fish. And one sow on a bed. And he walks up and we start strategizing. How are we going to catch this fish? It's on a stump in about 2 foot of water. It's not very far either. It's only maybe 5 feet away from me. So I don't remember the sequence of lures that I threw, but I remember throwing a crankbait, just trying to get it down. I remember throwing a swim bait, a jig, all kinds of different worms, different combinations, Texas rig, even a Carolina rig. I tried everything, and this bass would swipe at it or just ignore it or swim away for a while. Obviously they come back, but we didn't know that at the time. Every time that bass would swim away, I was thinking, oh no. So I finally got one fish to bite. It was a male and it was about 5 pounds, still a great catch. I'm pretty sure he bit on what I wound up catching her on, was a wacky rig senko. And I'm telling you, I didn't even set the hook, okay? Because I didn't want that fish. I've caught 5 pounders before. I wanted that big one, that personal best. And so I didn't set the hook on that fish. It gets off. I let everything calm down, let the water clear back up from the commotion, and I throw this senko right here. Now, knowing this was a bigger fish, I put on a 5/0 straight worm hook. Okay, I don't know why I had this, but I did. It was the only hook I had that wasn't a 3/0. And I took this and I put this exact worm on here, okay? That senko right there, and I wacky rigged it and threw it in there. And this big fish right here opened up her mouth. And then you can see, man, look at that. You can see that. I mean, that's amazing, okay? This fish right here opened up her mouth and it just looked like a Dorito bag. It just grabbed it. And the cool thing is I'm watching all of this, and I set the hook and this fish takes off and it's just splashing. There's mud everywhere. I start to, fight the fish to reel it in. Mind you, I only have about 5 feet from where her bed was to where I'm standing. I fought this fish for almost 5 minutes because she won. This fish came out and she wrapped around some stumps and some trees and things, and try not to spook her even more. She kept trying to go out to the deep, of course, and I stayed on the bank. I didn't go out there. Well, I finally get her in, and my buddy Jonah reaches down and grabs this fish and lands it for me and just pulls it out of the water, and I've never seen one this big before, at least, like I said, not with the exception of Bass Pro Shops or something. As far as me catching one, this was the biggest I'd ever dreamed of catching. Pulled it out of the water. We just looked at each other like this and just screamed. We were so excited, and we ran up the hill and ran into a park ranger and said, I'm pretty sure I got a 15-pound bass we broke the Arkansas state record. I mean, this is amazing. It's like 20 pounds, and we were so excited. The fish just looked so much bigger than it was, and still a big fish. She weighed up at 10 pounds even, 10 pounds even, and we took it up to the visitor center and got a picture made, put it on the wall, because apparently Lake Dunn is known for kind of being a brooder lake. It's got big fish in it, and it's so small that these big fish are they're all consolidated right there. You don't have to go. It's not like Lake Ouachita or Greer's Ferry, for example, where there's so much area to cover. Lake Dunn, you could fish the banks in a boat 3 or 4 times over and go around the whole lake. So it's a great lake to go to, and I will be going back probably this spring to try to beat this personal best and have another one on the wall, or at least a good picture of one bigger than this, 10 pounds or more. But anyway, that's my fishing story. That's my personal best. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a good one.